Imagine a war that lasted over 300 years. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, that's exactly what happened between the Netherlands and the Isles, a conflict that began in 1641 and only officially ended in 1986. This is often referred to as the longest war in history, and it's a fascinating tale of miscommunication, stubbornness, and a touch of absurdity. The roots of this conflict trace back to the 17th century, a time when European powers were fiercely competing for dominance in trade and territory. The Isles, a small group of islands in the Caribbean, were claimed by the Dutch as part of their colonial ambitions. However, the local inhabitants, along with the British, had their own ideas about sovereignty. Tensions flared, and what started as a series of skirmishes quickly escalated into a prolonged standoff. Now, you might think that after a few decades, both sides would have realized the futility of their conflict. But here's where it gets interesting. The war was largely symbolic. There were no major battles or significant military engagements after the initial confrontations. Instead, it became a matter of pride. The Dutch declared war, and the Isles responded in kind, but neither side was particularly eager to escalate the situation. They were locked in a bizarre stalemate, where both parties were too proud to back down. Fast forward to the 20th century. By this time, the world had changed dramatically. The Isles had gained independence, and the Dutch were focused on rebuilding their nation after World War II. Yet, the war continued to exist on paper. It wasn't until 1986 that the Dutch government finally decided to formally end this long-standing conflict. They sent a letter to the Isles, declaring peace and officially recognizing the end of hostilities. Can you imagine the paperwork involved in that? What's even more intriguing is how this war became a part of the cultural identity for both sides. The people of the Isles embraced the notion of being in a perpetual state of war, using it as a point of pride and a quirky aspect of their history. The Dutch, on the other hand, often viewed it with a mix of amusement and disbelief. It's a reminder of how conflicts can evolve, taking on lives of their own, far removed from their original causes. In retrospect, this conflict serves as a fascinating case study on the nature of war and peace. It challenges our understanding of what it means to be at war. Is it the battles fought and the lives lost? Or can it simply be a matter of declarations and stubbornness? The longest war in history was not defined by bloodshed, but by an enduring sense of rivalry and the human tendency to hold on to grudges. So, the next time you think about wars, remember this peculiar chapter in history. It's a testament to the complexities of human relationships, the absurdity of pride, and the often arbitrary nature of conflict. The Netherlands and the Isles may have finally made peace, but their long-standing war will forever be a reminder of how history can unfold in the most unexpected ways.